please, God, please let the children of the future not say such ridiculous things. I know she's 17, but that's no excuse for being an undiagnosed retard. So your girl, Amandla Stenberg, 17-year-old actress from The Hunger Games, said some old crazy bullshit on I don't even know where, because Media Takeout did not say where this quote allegedly came from. And for the record, I'm going to assume that Media Takeout didn't just make this up. I'm going to assume that she actually said these words. But if she didn't, then forgive me, Amandla Stenberg. But if you did say these words, then you're fucking retarded. But if you didn't say these words and I fuck with you, I love you, Amandla. It's all good, you know, and I wish you nothing but success. Fucks with you 100%. But if you did say this, then fuck you. Okay, so here's what MediaTakeout.com had to say. MediaTakeout.com said, and I quote, actress Amandla Stenberg has clearly been struggling with gender, race, and sexuality issues lately. The teen actor first came out and explained why she only dated Caucasian men. For the record, if anybody has any information about her saying that she only dates Caucasian men, please give me the links in the comment section, because I tried to look for it to make sure that that was actually something that was said, because I never heard about it until I saw this MediaTakeout.com article. But if anybody has any information pertaining to that, please let me know, so then that way I can read it or see a video of her saying it or whatever for myself, so it will be confirmed. Anyways, Media Takeout says, the teen actor first came out and explained why she only dated Caucasian men. Then she came out as bisexual. I remember that, and I made a video about that particular thing. That's true. She did come out as bisexual. And now she's claiming to be a non-gender. We just came around to understand transgenders. Now Amandla is adding another gender classification. Anyway, here is what she says. Now for the record, brace yourself. Make sure you're sitting down and take a deep breath for this bullshit. Because you're going to need to take the deep breath so you can hold your breath, so you don't have to breathe in the bullshit. And I wish that I could put this in smell-o-vision with Beyonce's breath coming through the speakers. She allegedly, because remember, I don't want to believe she actually said this, she allegedly said, and I quote, I am a non-binary or agender, maybe, feminist, and I had to fight very hard to become someone who was comfortable defining as either of those things and then as both of those things. Okay, opening line, I have no idea what the hell she's talking about. I have had a lot of discussions lately with my closet NB feminist friends about this, and the fundamental thing we have all agreed on is that there is a conversation that badly needs to be had more often about how even if you don't feel 100% female, even if you never did feel 100% quote unquote female, the world begins treating you as quote unquote female from a very young age. And that is always, no matter how you end up defining yourself, going to have shaped your life experience. Pause the story right there. What she's essentially saying is, don't treat little girls, baby girls, or whatever, like females, because it's going to affect the way they view themselves and the way that they're going to develop as a person. Basically, she's promoting a genderless lifestyle. Yeah, this is some like Jaden and Willow Smith type shit right here. This is all one big programming. Let me find out her parents are Scientologists. Anyways, she goes on to say, allegedly, quote, so I'm not a girl anymore and I never was one. And when I was young, I didn't know there was any alternative to what people were telling me I was, i.e. a girl. It never fit me. But that didn't stop me from believing that was what I was, because that's what I was constantly being told by my family, by society, by ambient media consumption, by changing in the girls' room and not the boys' room at school, by a thousand things that happened every day. And in that sense, despite not being a girl, I lived the life of one. The everyday warped reality of one. Wait, did she really refer to being a girl as a warped reality? Amandla, nothing's more warped than this shit. Despite not being a girl, I live the life of one, the everyday warped reality of one, and so, to all intents and purposes, believe I can claim feminism as my own movement because not actually being a girl didn't save me from the things that were done to me because everyone else thought I was one. End quote. So what do I think about this foolishness? Here's what I wrote on my blog. This is what happens when someone tries too hard to sound deep, prophetic, and quote unquote cutting edge. The notion that gender doesn't exist is not only preposterous, it's a clear sign the young lady has severe mental issues. You may not see it on the surface just yet. However, underneath it all, she is damaged goods. Just saying. Some people say race doesn't exist either. I guess height and weight are next. People are going to say obesity is a matter of quote unquote perception someday, and that's ludicrous. Many people will be marrying horses, robots, babies, doorknobs, and paper clips in the near future. Hell, some will even marry themselves. So not kidding. The all love movement is coming. The transhumanism movement is here. Hello, brave new world. It's looking very 1984ish in here. Now, before I read to you what else I said on my blog, let me just explain something real quick here. When I say the all love movement is coming, what I mean is like people are going to claim to be in relationships and marriages with anything and everything, just random objects. Just like in the future, people are going to be claiming just any old thing is their religion. Like there's the religion of the Pastafarians, not Rastafarians. And there was a woman, if I'm not mistaken, who had a noodle strainer, a colander on her head, like a hat. If I'm not mistaken, it was in a DMV photo. And she won the right to do that because she claimed it was for religious reasons, because she's a Pastafarian. So yeah, people are doing some really goofy stuff out here. And pretty soon people are just going to be marrying anything and everything. It's not going to just go from man and woman to man and woman and woman. It's going to be like, I want to marry my doorknob because I really love this doorknob. It's just going to be just complete mental destruction. And most people are not going to agree with it, but there's going to be a select few who are sick enough to think that all of this is normal and acceptable behavior. And they're going to try to convince us that it's normal, just like how they tried to convince us that transsexuality is normal. But then they say to not harm yourself. And if you harm yourself, you must hate yourself. And if you harm yourself, to call or go seek help, go seek mental help, because if you harm yourself, then that makes you a danger to society. But yet they support transsexualism, which is genital mutilation. So it makes absolutely no sense. Anyway, back to what I said on my blog. I said the all love movement is coming, or maybe they call it the total love movement, whatever. It'll be called something in the near future. The transhumanism movement is here. Hello, brave new world. It's looking very 1984ish in here. Now, excuse me while I go stick my dick in a disco ball, just because. Come to think of it, I don't have a dick, just a long pussy. Perception. Just perception. Anyway, thank you for inspiring me, Amandla. I'm as batshit crazy as you are now. I'll send you my psychotherapy bill. But all shade aside, I honestly feel sorry for her. She's trying her hardest to be a non-conformist. She's a pseudo-intellectual in a world full of pseudo-intellectuals, which makes her a conformist. Her quasi-deep thinking is equivalent to a weirdo in the Gothic culture, the so-called quote-unquote Gothic culture, thinking that they are somehow a free-thinking, quote, original, quote, unique, quote, innovative individual because they do not subscribe to society's ideas of fashion and what's, quote, acceptable to wear. So they don all black clothing all day, every day, down to their underwear and fashion accessories, all the while not realizing they are the ultimate conformists. They adopted a predictable uniform in a feeble attempt to be quote unquote different and join a subculture full of people doing the same damn thing. Therefore, they have in fact conformed. They merely followed and emulated and conformed to a smaller group of people than general society, yet they are still a conformist. They became what they were attempting to repudiate, overcome, and differentiate themselves from. It's just all really sad. You have people trying to be different, and then they end up just being the same without even knowing it. But I pity Amandla if she really said these words. But this is all my opinion. Let me know what you think about it all below. Be sure to subscribe to the Meat Magazine YouTube channels. Visit meatmagazine.blogspot.com. Follow me on Twitter @meatmagazine.